Hi guys, so today we're going to make a beet and goat cheese spinach salad, and we're going to have scallops and bacon as our entree. Now, before any haters are out there, yes, beets are not per se keto. They are high in carbs and sugar. They offset that a bit with fiber. It's very, very good for you, so we eat them on occasion. If you're doing this as just getting into keto and trying to lose weight, I wouldn't recommend the beets, but we're in, staying fit mode, and they're really good for your liver, for gallbladder health, so we're gonna do it. But just wanted to let you know that. So, first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna wash these beets because they're really, really dirty, and while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to turn on the stove because we need to boil some water for these beets. So that can be going while we're cleaning. And while I'm doing this, my husband Sean can talk to you about our theories on cooking shows and trying to do this more real world style.
Well, I actually got to work professionally on some cooking shows, and they were fun. But what I hated is they just showed you all of the small little, steps on throwing it in. They didn't show the prep. So prep time, if you look at any recipe book, is going to be sometimes more than the cook time, sometimes. So we figured we would do these a little bit real time. We'll truncate some of it, but
we're not going to show you 30 minutes of boiling water or anything like that, but
we'll cut out the long things. But what we'll try to do is show you, like, hey, we're actually pulling stuff out. We're doing it so you get a more of a realistic time, and that way if you do want to cook along, you have the chance to cook along, because some of the 1-minute cooking videos they have show these 45-minute meals that are amazing, but you can't cook along with them unless you start, stop. There's nothing wrong with that. But just in case,
and
we're going to make a little real world.
They become 2-hour meals, and you should, if you're cooking at home and trying this, you should have a realistic viewpoint of how long things take.
Yeah. If you're washing beets, it's good to have a scrubber. See little hand scrubbers, just like the one you do with your nails, because a lot of this stuff has dirt, and if you just take the beet and you just rough it up like that, it'll get all this stuff out. So anytime you're cooking vegetables that were in the ground, you should use some kind of brush on them. My wife is demonstrating how not to do that.
Real world. So, once we wash these suckers, we're going to cut them into quarters and throw them in the boiling pot of water.
Every Sunday night, which this is a Sunday night right now, we cook dinner, and when we cook dinner, we generally have friends over. And so, most of the time when people come over, most of the time when people come over, we don't like to tell them that we're going to cook keto, because we end up just cooking really good tasting food with pretty large portions. And I got big for a while, my wife got big, so I've lost over 40 pounds and she has too. And people ask, hey, how did y'all do it? And we're like, man, I'm eating bacon all the time.
Butter.
See, yeah, she never worries about beet staining.
It's fine.
Yeah. So people are always amazed when they come over about what we cooked and how we cooked, because we just cook healthy meals that are really yummy with big portions, and people don't even realize that they're eating keto. They just know that, hey, this just tastes really good and it's big and it's scrumptious. And that's the secret, I think, to anything keto cooking is just make good meals.
So we're going to boil these beets, and we'll be back in about a half hour to show you how to do the rest. And if you're skipping the beets and you're just starting keto, the keto diet, and want to skip that, this is actually a very quick meal to fix. So this is the slow part.
Okay, another quick step. We're gonna have a beet salad. Now the beet salad that we're emulating had a nice balsamic dressing on it. But what I love to do here at home, wash my hand. What I like to do is get some balsamic vinegar. I just got some regular basic. Do this over the sink. Good, you can still see it. And I'm gonna take a little oil. There's a lot of different types of oil. We use a nice cold press organic one. Highly recommend cold press. There's a lot better oils than olive oils if you want. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there, not as much. I'm not doing a 50-50. Be careful with your oils. There are tons of oils that are really bad for you. How they make the oils most of the time is does horrible things to the environment and or you. I have some aged white wine vinegar. It's nice, just makes it a little sharper. I put just a little bit of that in there. As you can see, there's very specific measurements, right? Just making it up, no big deal. Now here's the cool thing. I know I'm coming in close to the camera. I like to use different Italian blend seasonings. So I'm going to put a little seasoned pepper in there. Flip open the back of that. Come on, guy. Just take the lid off. I put a little seasoned pepper in there. And we have some other that's Italian herbs. You can take those Italian herbs and infuse them into the oil and into the balsamic vinaigrette. I have this just called Italian seasoning. And look at all those yummy herbs. It's kind of hard to see. I'm gonna take those guys, pour a heap in there. Hate to get all scientific on you, but that's a heap. So you can kind of see it. The lighting's a little bit off, but you can kind of see it if you look down on it. See all those herbs in there? Now, got a little strainer that we use on that just to make sure that you don't get chunks of anything. Shake it up, and you just want to let it set. You want to let all those herbs absorb all those juices and all the oil. I used to put a little dash of apple cider vinegar, but that makes my wife gag for whatever reason. So now we let them sit there, and man, the longer that stuff sets, the better it is. So that is our dressing pre-made. So for the salad, that's it. It's literally oil, vinegar, little aged white wine vinegar, some seasoned pepper, and some Italian herbs, and it's all your basic Italian herbs. There's a lot of different blends. It doesn't matter which one. Get any of them. If you want to do it yourself, I love to get fresh basil. I do a little thyme, little rosemary. You can be fine with just those three.
Still boiling, so we can multitask. Right here, I've got some raw pecan halves. Some people do this with walnuts. Nuts are a happy little thing on a keto diet, so you can use them. You may have remembered back in the day, these beet and goat cheese salads are lovely with candied walnuts or candied pecans. I'm going to mimic that, but instead of using actual maple syrup, I'm going to use what's called Lakanto Maple Flavored Syrup. And there's no sugar in this. It's sugar-free and it's used with monk fruit sweetener. So it's one of the hacks we like to do. And I'm just going to bang the crap out of these pecans. It's a very dangerous cutting tool. Don't do this at home. Garden raised you could kill me. La, 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 la. Really good if you're frustrated about something. Ah, pecans, roar. Real time. As you cook more and more in the kitchen, you don't have to go to the gym as much. All right, so now we have some smooshy pecans, and I'm gonna throw them in the pan. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat them up, and then I'm just gonna pour a little bit of the maple syrup in and get them heated, and that's what's gonna cause the candied pecan flavor. So. Turn on the left-hand side. Open her up. We haven't even used this. Our friend makes some amazing keto pancakes. I don't have the patience for it, so So I bought this thinking I would. They haven't. But it's perfect for this. Okay, so my nuts are heating up. Let's pour some of this mapley stuff in. Just heat them up in that. I'm gonna bring you over. Sorry, tripod. So, you can see they're just gonna cook in the maple syrup and heat up a little bit. These are our lovely beets. And that is how we will get some mimicked candy pecans. Beets are still going, but we're multitasking. All right, I didn't show you this because everybody knows how to cut up a strawberry. Our kids like strawberries on their salad. Strawberries are okay with keto as long as you are cautious in counting your macros. But some of us like them, some of us don't. So I do it as a little side bowl. Here's how the candied pecans turned out. And we have a pre-washed
Candied pecans?
Candied
pecans?
Yes, they're candied pecans.
You didn't bust yourself and say, oh, I just said candied. Oh, here are the candied pecans.
I did learn. I'll have to cook from Julia Child. So we have a washed, ready to eat bag of spinach, but...
What do you mean, spinach?
Spinach! So we washed the spinach in the sink because pre-wash doesn't mean doodly squat. Yeah, we're gonna watch these suckers. And then we will, I like to rip apart my lettuce or spinach and we'll throw it in a bowl. And then the beets should be done in 6.5 minutes.
And are we gonna turn the beat around?
We don't have the rights to that song.
Okay.
It's been a half hour. So let's check out our beets. Come along. That looks delicious. Alright. Just gonna stab them. My knife. They feel nice and tender. So we're gonna chop them up into little slices for our salad. Yay! Normally you're gonna let these cool off a little bit before you cut them. So maybe we'll do that because those are steaming, popping hot.
So, have your greens all laid out nicely. Got some red, got some yellow. Do a little sprinkle of the goat cheese. See the little slices on the sides right here? I don't like strawberries as much, so I just put a little slice in the corner because you still want that. So that's how they look. If you don't want to get fancy, and if you don't want to go over the top, you just get your stuff and you just scrape it all in. It saddens me. It makes me super sad. You can wait to sprinkle these on top. You want to do that or not?
That's not the goat cheese. Throw it all in. I'm a thrower. All right, home stretch. So I just took these lovely scallops from our local grocer, and sometimes they have shell in them, and you get a bite of shell, it can ruin a scallop. So I just washed each of them again just to be sure. Sean is taking our favorite keto elements, butter and bacon, throwing them in a pan. What else you doing?
I am cooking.
Yes, good. It's a cooking show.
So you always got to make sure, if you're keto, you're fat adapted. You got to make sure you have enough fats. Don't eat all your fats at once.
Yeah.
Don't eat. If you do, leave a great comment about it because you will poop like a goose, and it will be awesomely funny for us. So anytime we need some good oils, animal fats are going to be good oils. That's going to be awesome.
Scallops seafood, they have a lot of good stuff in them. Sadly, with the state of the ocean, they also have a lot of crap in them, so we don't eat them all the time, but get some good things that you don't get in everything else. And bacon is just heavenly. Right?
Bacon is a staple of heaven.
Smells good.
When people go through the pearly gates, they're going to smell bacon.
I think that's true. So I'm patting dry all of the washed scallops just so they're not overly watery. We're just going to cook these bad boys in a little butter and garlic and mix that in with the bacon juice, the bacon fats, and you have yourself a party. Right?
So we just have the bacon grease. They can't see it.
Yep.
We have the bacon grease. And then we have
A lot of butter.
the butter and garlic.
No garlic left unturned. All right, so we're gonna lay in the scallops. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous, just like my husband.
So these things literally cook fast. They cook like a minute each side. I know she said that, but they're so easy to burn. You just want to make them golden. These are a little browner because we're using the bacon juice. So when you look at the color, these are going to be darker than what a normal thing would be.
It's just bacon, butter, garlic. Delicious. Family, it's time to put our money where our mouths are. How is it, guys?
I'm still decorating with bacon.
Well, as you should.
Done.
Time to taste.
Oh, sorry, I'm already done.
Oh, well, that's a good good taste challenge then. Let me try. Alright.
Especially the balsamic.
Mm-hmm.
The balsamic is
You did a good job on the dressing, Daddy. That's really nice.
Have some more.
Really good blend. Yes, you may. Hold on though. I'm gonna try the bacon and scallops.
And
Scallops. And the scallops are better with a lot of bacon.
Well, let's try. A little bit of each. Perfectly cooked.
That's not how you, oh my gosh, that's not how you do it.
I'm just gonna keep doing the drawing.
There's going to be a lot of editing. There's going to be a 30-second video. Do you not know how to dry lettuce?
It's super dry. It's all dry. Look at that. Boom.
It's not dry. It's not dry.
Delicious.